Hello, everybody. Come on in. Whew. Good morning. Good afternoon. Hello. Good evening. Wherever you are, whenever you listen. Thank you for coming on in and joining me today. It is the eve. It is the eve of the new moon solar eclipse. Wahahaha. It is a build up to this energy. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, baby? I mean, fuck. It's crazy. I'm kind of in a weird space. I'll put myself in a good space. Uh, but in just I can, the energies and the craziness that's coming out, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's coming out all over the fucking place. It's the cards I pulled out the lover card. I pull it out and I'm like, yes, okay, you know what? I'm doing my tarot reading. Lover card, yeah, because we all love the lover card. I mean, I do readings for people and I pull out the lover cards and people are like, oh, yes, I got to fall love. I got the love coming in for me. Woo, baby. And then I pull the tower. The tower card comes in. You're like, oh, you're wanting the tweet, 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 tweet. And then in comes a tower. Bang. It's the tower coming in and then the 9 of wands reversed. We are so overwhelmed. We are so overwhelmed with the energies and this feeling there's a lot of weight on us, like feeling that weight, feeling and anticipation that's going on. It's a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot happening right now. There's a lot of craziness that's going on. And it's us staying centered, us staying in amongst the storm. That's a big one. Yes, happy birthday to all the Geminis out there. God bless you. And then we have Mercury retrograde coming in, and it's going to be in the center. It's coming into the center of all of this, like, it's like, okay, we got Mercury retrograde, so messages might not be really clear on what we want to get in the eclipse, and the eclipse doesn't really give us full messages because it's kind of blanked away, and we have this energy, and it's going to be a ring of fire around there, so there's going to be a ring of truth that's going to come in, but we're not going to get the full truth because not everything's going to come out the way that it's supposed to come out. And there's just so much up in the air, and we're feeling so insecure, and maybe we're feeling angry, disoriented, disembogulated. That's a good word. With all of this, but you know what? This isn't the first time with energies like this before. This isn't the first time that we've had this crazy. I mean, we can go back to 1284. We can go back to different times in history where things have been very unsettled with this. And this is where, I can just, all these different types of timelines and everything that's coming in, and I can't remember what my crystal's name is right now, but it just wants to stay with me. It's bringing in the crystals. I got my holy water here by me today. I got my sprays by me today. It's like finding that lighting the candle. It's really finding that centeredness, which is a really important part. Finding that truth of within is a really big part. Listening to a few craziness that's going on in the world, and sending out, Ho'oponopono, sending out that blessing, man, because the blessings really have to be there. And to finding that, finding that heart space. And that's where that lover card came in. It's finding the heart space of the love, finding the heart space where you need to really stand firm with who you are, and in the direction that you're going into, because sometimes it's difficult, it's overwhelming, and there's we're all coming out, we're sort of coming out of this lockdown. And I know when people say, well, Canada's been really locked down. Yeah, I think it's weird, because I think it's a lot to do when people say Canada, they forget how big we are. Like it's a huge country. Um, on how big we are. We're the eastern coast, like Ontario, parts, Quebec and shit like that, and the Maritimes have had it harder than what, say, Alberta and stuff have. Manitoba's got some, I don't know, weird things going on there, and same with Saskatchewan. But, here in Alberta, yeah, it's been sort of crazy, but, when you talk to a lot of Albertans or a lot of Calgarians, it's like they don't really give a fuck. Like they're just like, let's just get on with it, and carry on. And that's the whole thing. It's like, let's just carry on and get on with our life. And that's where I feel a lot of people are at. And this moon is bringing it in, but it's bringing in, yeah, we're coming out of this. We're coming. It's not like, here it is. It's not like we're going to get like a big break and things are just going to be like, yes, let's go into the roaring 20s and dance and drink our faces off, where, every house has a, they don't drink the water. They drink cider every day. They have cider in the morning, cider at lunch, cider in the evening. We're going sort of like, yeah, there's a little bit of the roaring 20s is going to come in, and bang, we're into the dusty bowls of the 30s, and then bang, we're into World War, and then the craziness of the 50s. So we have these scenarios that are sort of coming in, and it's like it's making us feel like we're fucking going insane. No wonder, alcohol is on the rise. The first things that, when anything opens up, well, at least here, is that, when they say the patios are able to open up, what? Oh, everybody's out on the patio. Everybody has a drink in their hand. They're ready. They just want to party their face off. And there's that's where the energy, like, we're just so fed up, and yet there's this ominous feeling that's coming in that everybody's sort of waiting for, and knowing that there's something else coming out. Now, a few things that, and I know you guys all love me. I know you love me. First of all, if you want to order a new moon reading, a mini reading, they're $25. So if you're wanting to do it, today's the last day to get your new moon reading, and I record it and send it to you. Few things that are coming in. A little bit of craziness because our prime minister is acting like a dickhead, and we don't know exactly what's coming down, but there's some weirdness that's coming in here when it's where we're going to be moving into different forms of lockdown. So that's one of the things I'm seeing. And you're saying, well, what do you mean by different forms of lockdown? Back in, I think it was in the 70s, in the UK, it went down to a 3-day work week. And it went down to a 3-day work week due to an energy crisis. And with Chiron, where Chiron is in Aries, that's when the energy crisis started to happen. And that's, we've sort of seen it where the pipelines, and they hijack the pipelines and stuff, but different forms of energy crisis. And because they're going to start making climate and it a big thing, and global climate change. So we're going to see something going on with, limited use of personal vehicles. Now, if you have ever, when you buy insurance, they want to now know if you're going to be traveling out of province and how long you're going to be traveling out of province. That's here in Canada. So they're asking weird questions like that. So there's something to do with that, and with the oil, and how much they're able to pump every day. So we're going to see some sort of a reduction in that. So there's going to be a reduction or something coming along there. And I know there was rumblings of it, that they said this could happen. So there's something to do with climate lockdown. That's one of the things that and I've heard somebody talk about it too. So I'm just like, okay, that's interesting. And the other one is that, since this is happening this eclipse is over the North Pole and hitting Russia and different parts of Northeast Canada and Europe, there's something that's going to come out from that. Now, we're seeing now from this last eclipse, the lunar one, where aircraft carriers are being deployed to the North Pacific Sea. and in around that area. And aircraft carriers are also being deployed all over right now. They're not stationed. Now, usually military sites do move quite a bit. They don't stay in one spot. Some of them, you have sort of a main base, but they deploy all over the place. They don't usually stay in one particular spot. And that's just for security reasons, obviously. And that's what they're starting to do with the aircraft carriers. Different ships have been called to this North Pacific Sea. So we've seen deployment of different things happening right now. So there's a deployment. We're also seeing, with the energies, tension rising when it comes to teaching, and parents are really starting to take a stand on what their children are being taught in school, and which is, I think, is fabulous. I don't think if you're sending your children to school, you should know what the hell the curriculum is, so that maybe you agree with it, or don't agree with it. I mean, you don't want a fucked up professor teaching your kids that the Holocaust didn't happen, which has happened. Just saying, it happened here in Alberta. There was a teacher that didn't believe the Holocaust happened. Like, whoa, man, you're fucked. So there's things like that. Like, you want to be able to have a say. Now, that's the whole thing. It's like there's this rumbling, and it's a grassroots rumbling that's coming in and saying, okay, things are getting a little bit out of hand, and we want to get to know what is going on. We want to understand what is going on. We also have a redesigning, and this is the other thing that I feel is coming in, a redesigning of the church. Now, the thing is that, a lot of people say, oh, well, it's the Catholic Church, blah, blah, blah. It has more control than what people actually give it credit for, because it does, they do have a little bit of pull here and there with a lot of activities that happen in the world. So there's a change, there's a rumbling that's coming up in there, and also within the UK. So we got a UK with the monarchy. So we got all of this crazy. I mean, if you're just watching, I've just got like these aliens watching Earth right now, and they're just like, yeah, no wonder they're fucking coming in right now. It's because they're seeing, and they're looking down on Earth. They're saying, yeah, this is like a bag. This is the best movie ever, because there's so many different plot lines that are going on, and just watching everything, and they probably, ooh, that's the villain, ooh, that's this one. So we have so many different plot lines that are going on, and then with this moon coming up and this energy that's coming in, it's like really bringing in an explosion of some sort. And you might be feeling it within your own self. You might be seeing it with people around. I know my daughter was really feeling it yesterday with, at work, and some of the clients that were coming into work were kind of angry at that stupid shit. I was in at where was I? I was at Starbucks. Where else would I be? And this poor girl, like in Starbucks, you drop your money, you drop your anything like 20s, 50s, 100s, you put them in the drop box. And if you get so much money in your so much 5s and 10s, you end up dropping that too. You're only allowed to have a base amount in your till. It's a safety issue, right? Because, anyways, it's a safety issue that Starbucks implemented right from the very beginning of the foundings of Starbucks. Anyways, guy comes in to pay for a fucking coffee with a $50 bill. Like, I'm sorry, you pay with a $50 bill at a coffee shop just because it's Starbucks. You think that there's going to be all of this change for you, and plus 90% of transactions are done with Visa, MasterCard, debit, or Starbucks card. Like, not a lot of cash, and he just totally dicked out, like was a real asshole to the poor girl at the other end who was saying, I can only explain to him, I can only give you 5s and 10s. Total asshole. Luckily I was in, like, this was through the drive-through, so if I was there, I would have just said, you know what, here, let me pay for your fucking coffee and get out of here. Uh, basically it, because he was such a dick. But that's the kind of energy that's going around, right? We are better to watch that a horror movie. Exactly, Andrea. It's better to watch a horror movie, and maybe even turn the sound down so you don't listen to the music and you don't get so scared. Do, 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 do. You know, do, 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 do. I mean, like Jaws one is one of the best ones. Like do, 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 do. So there's just all of this coming up and all of this energy. And, what do I have to say for you? Light a candle, bring in your crystals, take a walk, go outside, just the usual stuff that we have to do. If there's things that are really penting up, asking God, your goddess, for guidance, the universe, that is going to be so imperative. I don't know if it's going to happen right then. And then we have Mars going into Leo. Fuck me. This is crazier than last year, because this is like, it's where there's people are angrier than they were. They're angrier this year than they were last year. So there's a lot more anger. People really want to build and really want, like, there's this energy, like, I want to build, I want to grow, I want to do this. The scary part is how many guns were sold in the United States last year. Fuck. How many? I mean, what was it? Over 8 million guns were sold in the United States, and now they're running out of ammunition. So, I mean, but that's bringing in new things to put on your iPhone to help to. So, if you want to go practice shoot, new laser things going onto your phone to help you to shoot, so you're not using up your bullets and still hit the target. So anyways, I don't own a gun or anything. I just know these things. So there's this crazy things, I'm just thinking of China's thinking of invading the United States. Good fucking luck on that. I mean, you're going to have all the I got all the Southerners and all the Texans. If they hit the shores of California, it's going to be like, I don't like you and your liberal ways, but you're fucking American. And I'm going to save your ass. That kind of energy that's coming in. Sorry, I got a lot of weird things going in. I got to talk it all out with you guys today. So that's the crazy of the energies right now. And man, do some yoga. Honestly, I mean, that's been really helping me in the mornings. I do the meditations, and I've been just starting, not a pro here. Got a lot of belly fat to get to try and touch my toes. So, to do my yoga, I'm getting there. Going from a standing position down to a downward dog is like standing, getting down on all fours, then going back, then getting up onto a downward dog, then getting down, going. It's a process. It is a process. It's not a pretty process either. It's not a flow. Mine's sort of like a boom, 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 boom when it comes to the yoga. So those are the things. That's the 411 of the crazies that's coming in on this eve of a new moon. If you are feeling anxious, overwhelmed, because we still have that lower energy of Neptune coming in. If you have addictions, if you are addictions to drug and alcohol, seek help. If you have a sponsor, call your sponsor if you're feeling really off. All right. Find a meeting, go on Zoom that you can Google. You can Google meetings, and there's meetings going on all the time for AA if you're needing that, right? And so this is something that's very important, because there's a high OD energy that's in the air right now. So there's going to be a lot of people ODing, wanting to jump off, not wanting to deal with this world. And the thing is that just an FYI, just because you end it now doesn't mean you're not going to come fucking back and have to redo it all over again. Just an FYI. It's a giant loop that you keep doing it, and it's never ending until you learn. So you might as well just get on your get it together, and let's start working on our inner selves and on our shadows, so that we can move forward and graduate from kindergarten class, and let us get into grade school and high school. I have no balance, so yoga is bad for me. It builds balance, though. That's the thing. It builds balance, but you got to go at it slow, and you got to go at your own pace. You really do. Um, and modify, do the modifications. But the thing is that the one thing that I'm learning with yoga, because we use a lot of the bigger muscles, it's using those muscles, it's breathing, breath work. The breath work really helps for oxygenation, and the more you use it, it just helps you to burn a lot more fat. So slow listener to the body. So yeah, so listen to the body. Definitely got to listen to baby Tessa, baby Tessa. I'm gonna call you baby Tessa now, Tessa. Yeah, you do. You just got to honor that energy flow. It's it's crazy, baby. It's crazy with this all. And people, I love you all, and I wish we could all. I know you guys are all over the place. I have, some beautiful friends from the United States and the prairies and BC, all over the place, tuning in right now. And I just wish we could all just sit around the fire right now and just sort of just chill. This would be something, to have a beautiful weekend of just chilling. And I'm, what, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe, next year, if get my shit together a little bit better, to have a big celebration of all of us together. Yeah, pass the one. That's what I was thinking, Tanya. We're coming to Arizona. We're going into the desert. So watch out. You might see a caravan of Canadians coming down there. And we'll bring some wine, we'll pass the wine around the fire. That would be fun. Yeah. Well, you just never know. So we might just put that out there for the energies to, we want to go to Arizona. Okay, now we're going to Arizona. We want to go to see Stonehenge. Hey, we got a whole plan. We can make a whole plan. Let's just become gypsies and just travel, baby. Let's just travel, because that's where it's at. I watch these TikToks and I see these people traveling all over the place, and I'm just like, yeah, I could do that. I could do that. That would be awesome. Just hop in an RV and just go. And we can go to the Sedona. Oh, could you imagine doing a beautiful meditations within those vortexes? I bet you the vortexes are saying, hey, humans, we're tired of you guys coming here to meditate. Find your own fucking vortex. Make your own fucking vortexes. There's a lot of alien activity within those vortexes too. A lot of alien activities. They've done tequila. Sorry, Andrea is bringing tequila and margaritas. So that's fine. You can bring your tequila and margaritas. That's fine. But the vortexes, when you start going into those vortexes, it's really crazy. Like they've done, I mean, Dr. Wayne Dyer and that did them. Come to the water vortex in Drumheller. Ooh, that would be interesting. The water vortex in Drumheller. I might take a drive out there. Yeah, I don't know where the hell it is, but I know where Drumheller is. I don't know where the water vortex is, but that would be cool. I know that hotel in Wayne, Alberta, that's for sale for just under $1 million, the haunted one. Whoa, that whole energy there is just crazy in that little valley there. So whoever buys that hotel has to have a little bit of woohoo going on. Otherwise they won't survive, because it's kind of fucked up down there. So but that would be cool. But yeah, but I know the vortexes, just I haven't been to them in Sedona, but tapping into them are really, really, they really can take you to places, with those energies. And even just doing or going around to Mount Shasta. And I know Mount Shasta is on the res, but there is the town there, to my understanding, is not the best of little towns. It's kind of weird little town there, but I mean, you're by Mount Shasta where the Palladians come in. So, and all the Palladian energies that come in. So we got a lot of craziness. The other thing is that I'm understanding is that people who are wanting to travel, there's no rental cars. They can't get rental cars. So that's a crazy thing. So rental cars are pretty for people. It's hard to get a rental car. Um and I know Hawaii's having a huge issue with that. So that's interesting. But that climate lockdown, that's something I can see happening. And going back to what I was saying about England, England went down to a 3-day or 4-day work week, which was really, really harsh because guys, what ended up happening is a lot of guys who, men, it hit this, it was good and bad because it brought in more women to the work force because women could do different jobs. There were different jobs for them to do more so than what were available for men. Um, so it was interesting how that changed the dynamics and stuff because of you couldn't use your car, you couldn't use certain things. And so it wouldn't be the first time that we've had something like that where and then lights have to be off at a certain hour. You couldn't have your lights or electricity going on after a certain hour. So just to conserve energy. So that's interesting. Something like that I can see happening too. So we're just riding the wave, baby, riding the wave. So we're going to go to the vortexes in Drumheller and then hang a left and go straight down to the border, down to Arizona and hang out and sit around the fire and drink wine and tequila. And then go to the vortexes. I don't know if we should drink wine and tequila around the vortexes. That might take us to some alternate reality. And then just cruise around. There. We got it all settled. Let's go. So today, my loves, it is a bubble bursting day. Things are just there on the edge. And we're coming into the buildup with the Neptune, or not the Neptune, the Uranus and Saturn square is coming to the big buildup. And, that's about change and transformation there. So we're coming into the change and transformation. And then at the end of the month, we have a Capricorn full moon. So we have a Capricorn full moon at the end of the month. So that's really going to, with Pluto there, that's going to be crazy. There is no full moon in Cancer this year. It's going to be going straight to an Aquarius full moon. So which is another crazy thing. And then a new moon. So next month we have a new full moon. It's amazing. We can send light and love and keep shining our lights and hopefully help change for the better. Yes, Tanya. And that's exactly what we need to do. Light a candle, do the Ho'oponopono, carry your crystals, stay in the light. That's what we got to do. And the more you stay in the light, the more you can stay in the transformation that needs to happen in this world. Because, it's going through a change. We're going through some huge changes. And these changes are really bringing in change. The change is bringing change. Oh, my God. I'm so funny. So I'm going to love you and leave you. I got a client in about 4 minutes. If you are wanting to get a new moon mini reading, definitely get a DM me. So they're $25. You can pay by PayPal or e-transfer. So there's that. And I got a new class coming up, and it's a Summer's Eve class that's going to be coming up in July, 6 weeks. And we're going to be working on tapping into your power. We have, I said that we have 3 really big moon energies that are coming up in July also. This is fabulous for keeping your grounding and connecting with your blue flame. And so we have that I'm going to be doing. So we're going to be tapping into our spirituality, our spirit. We're going to be doing some prayers. And it's all on, of course, it's all online. It's all on Zoom. And so we're going to be doing that. And so connecting. So if you're interested, let me know, because this is going to be really a nice way to keep the energies grounded as we're going through some crazy transformations over the summertime. Sending you all blessings, baby. Have a good one. Um, cheers to you all. Mine is coffee right now. There's no wine. There's no wine in my house right now. Mama's doing a little bit of a cleansing from the wine right now to keep herself fully grounded and focused. So with all of this crazy energies. So have a blessed one, and I love you all. May the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you do and all that you say and all that you be. Shine your light and don't let anybody distinguish it. Blessed be everybody. Bye-bye.